Today, we become legends.
Hey, my name's Inter, and welcome back to the channel for the Janus reveal that they are about to do on Titan Talk. A very exciting one, obviously one of the most popular mages in Smite 1, one of my personal favourites, one of a lot of people's personal favourites from what I've seen and from my surveys that I've done and stuff like that. So yeah, without further ado, let's let them jump into Janus and we'll give it a watch.
Pon,
there he is.
Talk to me about Janus and Smite 2. Oh, let me make sure I got audio.
Is there some lighting changes though?
He is a pure intelligence scaler.
Which kind of makes sense. Like,
makes sense,
does he do anything physical at all? Like,
yeah.
What would strength even do? Like,
we actually
strength scaling would make no sense.
Yeah. we did try and look at a few different ways to give him hybrid scaling, but it just felt like he is such a typical like ability mage. It just felt good to make him pure intelligence. We have looked at some +1s. We did look at giving him more aggressive +1s, but every single time we tried, we ran into issues with like his flow just kind of broke down and didn't work as well. Like one example of a thing we tried to do is like make it so that his like his standard ability combo is you one someone, put a 3 underneath them, and then you 2 them so that you land all that stuff at once. We were like, well, what happens if we like make it so that you can do them in a different combo order, and like the flow just kind of broke down. So we focused mostly on ways to make his current existing kit have a lot of quality of life improvements, and also just some plus fun things that felt restrictive from before.
Awesome. Well, let's get right into it, and I guess
so
the place to start is the passive. So let's talk about passages. Whenever you pass through a portal or a threshold, your next ability deals bonus magical damage
equal to 20% of your intelligence.
I don't have any
which
items
you have
yet.
none.
Yeah, no items, so the +1 here is that this actually stacks to 2 times, and so this will actually mean that you consume them in the order that you deal damage.
Nice,
It's not like your 2 will take 2 of them to do 40%. It's your abilities that follow up will each take 1 to do that bonus damage.
Right.
We just felt this was useful for the times where like Janus, especially like traveling to a fight. He'll be able to enter that fight with 2 stacks of them and have a more immediate upfront pressure.
Yeah, that would be pretty
across
easy.
The battlefield will have more immediate upfront pressure.
Rotating with a pole on a 3, you get that.
Flow, gives him some more damage. And we can probably talk a little bit about his ult just ahead of time, which is his ult previously had this passive penetration on it, and I know we've had a lot of discussion about penetration as
Oh, animation looks good on that.
We removed that, put it somewhere else, and then adjusted his kit around to have just generally some more scaling to make up for the fact that that passive penetration is gone. So you should just notice that you generally deal a bit more damage up front,
right?
And obviously passages stacking up to twice contributes to that.
And he's been swinging in our playtest.
Oh yeah.
Not today when I played him because I'm a very bad Janus, but normally he's been swinging in our playtest.
Yeah, if you can land the combo, he chunks.
Awesome. All right. Well, let's.
I kind of like the
weird bug today because I was playing with weird settings, but
the changing percent pen from the ult. I think that's good.
All right. Portal is up next. The 1. So you open a portal on a surface. Of course, portals on the wall you can pass through. Portals on the ground banish you and enemies upwards, dealing damage on landing.
Yep, this ability works exactly as you expect it to. The VFX are super gorgeous. Shout out to Arthur who did
these look great.
Dude, Arthur just kills it repeatedly.
Yeah. Janus' VFX code, like it was so cool to see like every single piece of it. We still have a few small things working on like camera stuff, but other than that, like this is the portal you know and love. You can see that we also like there's just a lot of things about him that we had to like get.
Why are those portals not closing?
Like, the fact that the targeter has to show like its end location and there's a
+1 question mark?
They have to render behind the walls appropriately.
Right.
So like getting all that feedback right was like a pretty hard work for him. But yeah, it's the portal you know and love.
I just love like the basiness of all of his abilities.
It's so sick.
It's just like satisfying.
We also haven't talked about how shiny he is now. Like
the portal's not closing behind him.
He's glistening.
Yeah, and that's kind of a general art thing that we're working on. In general, we feel like our metallic materials are not shiny enough in like just they should be. So that's something that we are working on in general. It does require individually touching each character, so not every character is going to have shiny metal immediately, but that's something we're working on.
Sweet. All right, the 2 is up next. Unstable Vortex. You launch 2 linked portals, dealing damage to enemies in their path. Hitting an enemy with both portals, of course, deals the bonus magical damage.
Yep. Again, pretty straighththat ability. It's the
9-second base cooldown, just the honest
things about it, and it generally just didn't feel like it was that great, so we just kept it as is. The one thing I know some people will have wanted was the removal of the tether in between, and
we talked about it.
We've talked about it. One is we just kind of learned that like over time, like these are +1s people have grown to like and accept, and this is part of the Janus character. Removing them ends up just making some people like upset that like a piece of their character that they've known is now gone.
Yeah.
Plus, we think that there's still plenty of like this is still a very unique shape. The fact that like you can dead zone to the left or right of it, where like it kind of wiggles in, but that's like your sweet spot for damage. Like,
Yep.
of
course I
That
would.
was me in playtest today mostly.
like that's an area where you can still dodge. We didn't think removing a component would feel super compelling for him, so we kept it there.
Nice. And of course, as Kilgun mentioned, all the audio sound effects and the visual effects just look super sick.
Yeah, the two also is like using our Smite tech, which means we also got like super nice particle ribbons and everything. It just looks cool.
Yeah, it looks awesome. All right, Threshold is up next, the 3. So, of course, you unleash a rift on the ground. If you pass through it, you get some movement speed for you and your allies. But, of course, if an enemy passes through it, they
Okay, so
slow.
the pad
Yes,
is on this
and
now.
the +1 for this is if they are they're considered phased when they're
Phased,
slow. That was like
yes.
the keyword that was there. So I leveraged that keyword, and what phase means for this is that you as Janus will deal damages if they have 25% less magical protections on them.
Nice, awesome.
So this is a way to get your actual magical protection shred rather than it just being passive on your ultimate. It's now more active, and the number's actually stronger.
60% with Shard, dude. That's kind of
Ymir has
kind of
that
crazy.
little visual effects on him touching the portal
Yep.
to indicate that he is phased and will take some bonus magical damage as well.
Yep, and so the damage there is like if you just 2 them now, like that's like 268, and you 3 the 2, that's gonna be like 290 something.
Yep.
Yeah. So like that's the ignoring like a base amount of 25% magical protections.
Nice. All right, and then last but not least, iconic ultimate from Smite 1.
Dude,
so
this is
many
like-
hype plays from Smite's history with this ability.
You almost stole the Gold Fury today. It was
Yeah.
like, it
I was
so
really
close.
close. I was really close, and then you
very
killed me.
close.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's fine.
But we are, of course, are talking about Through Space and Time. So this is your tried and true global ultimate. If you're sniping people from super far away, you're dealing extra damage.
Yes, and this actually is where most of the +1s are actually situated. So one +1 for this ability is that the maximum damage it could deal was limited to 75% of someone's health. We think if you can snipe someone that far away, let's let it snipe.
Right.
Big W,
Towards the end
dude.
of the
Big
gameplay,
W.
The tooltip on my ult said that it would deal.
Yeah,
1800
cross maps, you
damage
deserve
at
to
max
die, man,
health.
honestly.
goodness.
So,
Yeah, that's the combined if you actually get the max skill, which is pretty hard. It's a
Yeah.
pretty high distance. That one we think is just cool. It is helped by one other +1, which is the ultimate will no longer, it has like a max range, like at 80 meters, it will stop creating portals. We just remove that. If it's still in
That's
the
good
map,
too,
it'll still
yeah.
create
Nice,
portals the
that's
full
awesome.
distance that it travels.
and you're
Like a
probably not going to
true
be fast
global.
enough to run all that way yourself, but maybe
Yeah.
you can help an ally on the other side of the map. With
Or your
them,
whole
or-
team gets a Stampede plus Regress
Just a
Riders
drop
and
ship, you know?
Threshold, and you just do all the things. Like, maybe. But we just thought, like, if the projectile's traveling, you create the portals, which means also enemies will see that portal appear to them right before the ult happens. Without that tell, it can sometimes actually be really, you just get hit by it without
Yeah.
even realizing.
You're like,
but-
what did I just get hit by?
Yeah, but the portals appearing does make it more useful. We do need to also get it to show on the map. That's just a bug right now.
Yeah.
As someone noticed in chat. And then, yeah, so it lost the damage cap. It can travel its full distance. And we thought there was like one other kind of cool synergy that he could have as the God of Portals, which was he self-banishes, but you can CC immunity to get rid of the banish. Why not let his ultimate just let him out of it? Like, he can just...
Oh, that's pretty
exit
cool.
immediately.
I like
So,
that.
if you banish yourself and want to get out of it, or you banish yourself because like an assassin jumped in...
It'd be like a
you try and,
guaranteed
like,
setup
combo
for your
them right
ult.
as you land, bam. You just get to do it.
Close range ult. so.
We have a camera glitch there that obviously makes it less smooth than it should be, but
Yeah.
we're also working on ironing that out. So we felt that was like that just lets him have more control as the God of Portals about his own portal banishment.
I'm going to back and see if I can get
I like
max
that.
range, you know?
In
'Cause why not?
in Smite 1, this was also kind of like the god of like skill diff. Like,
Yeah.
it was like a very low win rate god in the hands of most players, but the top percentage of players can really like show off on it. So
Yeah.
if you're the kind of player, you're new to Smite, you've never seen this character before, this is like a relatively high skill cap. You can do amazing things with this character if you can figure out all the details. If not, he won't look as impressive.
Yeah, you have to feel really comfortable about like your positioning and how quickly you can portal out of situations, and confirming like your full damage combo does rely on hitting the first ability, which has pre-fire time, and you have to actually aim it under people, so like it can be quite difficult, and staying in position and losing out.
I feel like they're overemphasizing how much you aggressively
like,
portal on
he's a
Janus,
character where you have
dude.
to make a lot of trade-offs.
A good Janus uses his portal on an enemy like 10%
You,
of the time at
You
most.
do get multiple portals still, where you can have both your 1 portal and your 4 portal open, so you can go one way and then come back.
Yeah, and it looks like we also have a visual bug, which we need to go squash, which is the one portal and the ult portal are. It looks like they're the same, which they should have different treatment. We had different visual effects, as you can tell.
The one portal's also not
we're
closing
getting
when he
ready to
uses it. That's
there's gonna be
not
some
right,
bugs,
right?
but
Yeah.
we're gonna make sure those are ironed out. Like I think also the portals are staying there longer to make sure. So,
Okay,
there's just
yeah.
a list of things that we can tackle before
Absolutely.
he's fully polished.
Sweet. Well, I think that is it for Janus. Pon, I don't know if we want to spoil anything, but we were talking before the show. His aspect is in progress, but
Yes.
not going to be in this update, correct?
Yeah, so we have a cool idea. I'll spoil it with the caveat of like
It may not happen.
it may not happen. So because it's a difficult concept, and it.
feel like
especially
all the
with the
mages
really
get the
fast stuff we
crazy
did,
aspects, too.
It ended up taking a lot of time to actually get that done, and this one is going to be difficult. So
Well,
just know
and
that
Scylla,
when we get
yeah.
it actually into playtest and see how it feels, we may end up cutting it. But we had an idea to make him a much more supporty character, and the two ideas that did that were giving him a new shape for his 2, because it's a spline, we can just kind of give it any shape, and making it so that the sweet spot hits did some more CC.
Yeah.
And then the part that probably is cooler is that we had ways of essentially manipulating the end portal location for your portals. So like right now, that one creates like a portal there on the wall, and then there's a far one. What if your 3 placed the far one directly where your 3 was? And you could do
Ooh.
things like put your
Oh my
3
God.
at a tower and put your 1 on someone and warp them there.
Oh, that's sick.
So the idea was to make those portals more linked and allowing you to kind of mess around.
So
with
when my
different
ADC refuses to
locations.
come Fire Giant, I just put my
Obviously,
threshold
like
on
the
it,
example I
TP
gave
him straight
might be the
there.
Why we don't end up shipping it, but that was the
Genius.
idea we were going down. We wanted to make sure we gave that one a full shot, but that one takes quite a lot of effort and time and investment on our part. So
Yeah, so hopefully you can all understand after hearing that why we don't have an aspect for him
Yeah.
today.
It
was,
sounds
It
complicated.
was in progress, but not quite
Need a
coming
little
along.
bit more time to
Yeah.
cook, you know?
yeah, so we'll see when we get there, and then if that ends up not working out, we'll get something else. But I felt it was worth being transparent about like why he doesn't have an aspect.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Cool, dude. That's Janus. Not really too much crazy to talk about, to be honest, because obviously the aspect's not shipping just yet, and they didn't want to go too crazy with +1s, which I do understand for a character like Janus. He can absolutely be a very problematic character in a lot of ways, and if you give him too much extra bloat to his kit, he might just become like completely unbalanceable. He's already quite hard to balance, especially on like the high-end versus casual side. He can be completely broken in high-end and useless in casual, so they gotta be a little careful with that. He's looking good though in general, like effects, animations, seems like everything's coming together pretty well for him. He'll be on PTS later today, which I'll probably be streaming. I'll leave my link for that down below. We're gonna have to make an OB16 recap that will come out shortly after this video, going over everything else in OB16, but I should be streaming some of the flash test afterwards, so you can come say hi and check out the update. But yeah, that's Janus. Let me know your thoughts down below. Does he look cool? I think he does, man. I think he looks pretty cool. Are you a Janus fan, a Janus hater? I know he has some haters out there. I like him though, man. I like him. But yeah, let me know down below, and I'll catch you guys for another one later on. Have a great day, and peace out, you nerds.